Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time joining us. I'm Ethan, and I'm the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition
Dungeons & Dragons show!
We'll have some announcements and a recap, but before any of that, we'll do a quick round of player introductions. Nick, would you start us off?
Hi, I'm Nick. I play Embers of White Ash, the Tabaxi Sun Soul Monk.
Hi, I'm Kay, and I play Lady Elwyn Amalos, who is an elvish Circle of the Land druid.
Hi, I'm Gabo, and I play Art, the Battlemaster Fighter Dragonborn. Yeah. Nailed it.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Vert, the Changeling Armor Artificer.
Thank you, everyone. So, those announcements. We premiere our episodes on YouTube every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Throughout the campaign, we use a variety of custom items, custom monsters, custom species, etc., so be aware of that as you're watching. The character portraits, which you'll see all over the layout once we switch to it, were done by an artist named Zyra Brittany, who goes by @Zylavie on Twitter. If you need a refresher on anything that's going on in this campaign, you can check out our campaign wiki at World Anvil. You can also check the video description for links and information to things I just mentioned and more, including some links to trans rights, Black Lives Matter, and Stop Asian Hate resources. At the moment, we don't have any social media, but we are working on that, and we're going to have some cool stuff coming up. So stay tuned and follow us there once we've got that info for you. Other than that, we just hope you enjoyed the show, share with your friends, and come back to watch some more. Let's go ahead and roll the intro video. And welcome back. Previously, on Antiheroes Anonymous, the disgraced Dragonborn soldier known as Art has arrived in Amberhearth to seek shelter after escaping from Greymantle Penitentiary during the chaos created by the Silver Seekers. He's just in time for the Restoration Festival, which has been rather stressful for him so far. First, he went through the Seekers' version of a haunted house. Sorry, I'm adding that to throw shade as a callback to last week. First, he went through the Seeker's haunted house, and then he found himself in the middle of a turf war between the Clouder and the Dragontooth Brotherhood. Now that things have settled, he hopes to enlist the Seeker's aid in helping him find his friend Lumbra. One slight hitch, however, Vert recognizes him as an Imperial officer who was present for the fall of Vogma. And not only that, but for the execution of his mother.
Oh, God.
And so that is where we are going to pick up today's episode. Oops, that's absolutely not the song I wanted.
Where's Harmony?
Whoops.
Is she coming?
Whoops. This is the song I wanted.
No. The sound of your actual desktop speakers. Yeah, just lower that a little bit. Slightly.
Some sound issues.
Actually, sorry, it's fine. Not there, your physical speakers, because if you lower that, it's going to lower
I'll just cut this out, if I remember.
Yeah. It'll lower the audio in there, and that's all set up nicely. Thank you, sorry.
Okay. So, the festival is in full swing. Amberhearth is decorated with flags and banners draped between the houses on either side of alleyways. The people of the city are just bustling about, going from booth to booth to booth. People have come in from out of town to experience the festival, and it is just a very, very lively city at the moment. The group of you are kind of in the town hall, in the town square at the moment, having just warded off the Dragontooth Brotherhood and the Clouders' little gang war.
It's good. No, this is thumbs up.
Is it still good, or do I need to go down again?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
It's good.
Yes.
Good.
Fucking get back over here, piece of shit.
You're like down.
No, I was using this.
I'm gonna try and cut this out if I remember.
Yeah. Just like,
There's a chance
cut
I'll
it and
forget.
go back to the beginning of this section.
There's a chance I will forget, but
Pretend that we just finished the recap.
Yep.
Really good at this.
So you find yourselves in the town square, having just warded off the Dragontooth Brotherhood and the Clouders' little gang war. Each of you has a ticket with 8 punches on it for use at the various games and booths at the festival. You also each have a little wooden box fashioned in the shape of a camera that contains a list of sites for you to find while going around the festival, and each of you has a trinket to use in a trading game put on by the Merchants and Traders Guild. And then the final thing that each of you have, which I realized I forgot to mention last week, is a little leather lanyard with a small piece of amber tied onto it, which kind of serve as like proof of admittance into the festival.
That's really cute.
So, with all that said, I will turn things over to you. What do you want to do?
So is this the same day, or is this then? Okay.
Yep. I mean, assume you've just regrouped in the town square after all of this happened.
And you're still with Art.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess when we rejoin
Mm-hmm.
the group, Ellen will just come over and give Art a big smile and just say, well, you're about the last person I expected to help us out in that pinch, but you seem like you're very talented.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I'm just happy to help. What happened? Do you have more context to this whole?
We know both the parties involved. We've run into them both before. One of them is sort of a local gang of thieves, and the other is a cult of Tiamat or something.
You know what? This is neither the time nor the place to get into it.
I agree.
Fair.
I think we ought to be role models for the rest of the town and enjoy the festivities, but we were going to meet with you here, right? That was the whole point.
Yeah. We wanted to offer you you can stay with us at our place.
Oh, are you sure? I wouldn't want to impose on y'all.
You've been through it. It's huge. We have free space.
We have the space and we have some other guests staying with us. We'll have to check in with Butler, of course, before we get back there, but it should be fine.
And I look over at each of you. You sure this is okay with all of you? I will.
Oh, we already talked about it.
Oh, okay.
A friend to one of us is a friend to all of us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course.
Yes, I would love to stay with some friendly faces.
Out of curiosity, what is Vert's disguise at the moment?
Oh, yeah.
2 things. One is I didn't go back with Elwyn.
Oh,
The other
okay.
thing is, maybe this is a good reminder for myself and everyone else, but so I can change the shape of my armor kind of at will with my tools, right?
Yep.
Within like a pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, it still has to be like relatively armor shaped, but yeah, you can.
Does it? Does the color? Is that something I can change as well?
The color is
Is
pretty
it
much
jet
always
black?
that blackish color.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you
So-
like tried to paint it or something, but that would take longer.
So yeah, then I'd probably just take the armor off and put it back into the little container. But yeah, I would probably just go back to the keep.
Okay.
So, as for which disguise I'm wearing, it is a blonde-haired dwarven man. So I haven't
Blonde-haired dwarven.
explained anything about yet, so that's what I look like.
Okay.
Just some bloke.
Some bloke.
Some guy.
So I think when Ellen says we'll have to go back and ask Butler, she's gonna try and give Ellen a very obvious like look, or give Embers, did I say Elwyn? E-names. I'm like making eye contact with Nick. Yeah. Like she's trying to telegraph to Embers like we're gonna need to talk about this because something happened.
Insight check.
Did you have advantage because Vert did run off in the middle of the battle?
That's true.
I mean, when it's between you guys, you run the show.
Yeah, so I'm saying I'm giving you advantage because Vert did run off. You know something's up.
So I got a point too.
You're new to this, but like, I'm not going to get involved when you guys want to roll checks on each other. So basically, like, you become the dungeon master for your character. You set any DCs, give advantages or whatever.
Oh, no, I like that.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so I'm like, we're going to have to talk about this later, but I'm putting on that face.
I'll just be like, I don't think I noticed that. I think I'm just excited to have made friends, you know.
Right. Because you don't know who the fuck about
Yeah, but I'll just be like, oh, is Tim not joining us?
Tim?
Tim's on a mission right now.
I see.
Kay is saying, which one was Tim? Should I know Tim?
No.
No.
I forgot all of... Embers forgot all of Verse Disguises and just like on the spot made up a Tim name.
Oh, I see. So this isn't actually a Vert disguise, it's just a name. Okay.
Tim.
So
yeah, your other friend,
maybe this is my turn to roll insight on you to see if I can catch on to what you're doing here.
You're really good at it.
I am really good at it, but don't say that right as I'm rolling, because then I rolled like garbage. Please don't choke on your drink. 15. I mean, even rolling like garbage, I feel like...
I think we established a few... At some point, that, like, it's not possible for Embers to ever fool...
To fool Ellen, because she's got a plus 11.
Yeah.
Insight. Yeah, so Ellen's like, oh, yes, Tim. Yes. On a mission.
I'll introduce you later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. We're doing all sorts of things.
Yeah. But, you know, up until, you know, now until when the, let's enjoy the festival.
Oh, yeah, that sounds lovely.
You already had a chance to walk around, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I kind of looked around a bit before I headed to the keep. I was kind of adamant on seeing if Embers was actually here. But yeah, no, there's this really cool thing. There's these things called, like, cameras. Oh, I guess you probably know what these are.
This thing, right?
Yeah. And I've been seeing some kids reenacting like really cool scenes, and I've been keeping an eye out for them. That said, can I roll to see if I see another one? Or are we too far from the place?
That one you can do whenever you move between locations.
Okay.
So if you want to like head to somewhere else, other than like the main square of the town, then absolutely. However, as you look around the main square of the town, now that things have settled down here and like the festival is starting to once again take over this section of the town, two things you might notice. There are what look to be people in priest robes who are kind of have come to see to a few like citizens who maybe got injured in the scuffle, not by like any part of the combat, but like, you know, running away, they tripped and someone stepped on them or something like that, you know, like minor injuries like that people might have suffered. You see priests wearing these like green robes with like gold trim coming out and kind of attending to them. And then the other thing you've noticed is that set up in front of the town hall, there's like an actual version of one of these cameras. And it's on like a tripod, a wooden tripod. And there is a... let me see if I have a description for the character. Yes. There is a white-furred, red-eyed, floppy-eared young rabbit woman there who is kind of working the camera. And there's all these like wooden painted cutouts. Like a pair of farmers, a pair of miners, a pair of giant ants, etc., with like the faces of each of them cut out, that people are lining up to like put their faces in the wooden cardboard cutouts, and like taking commemorative photos.
That's amazing. As well. Commemorative portraits.
That's really cute. I think I really don't think he knows how a camera works, so he thinks it's like some
like
magic.
yeah.
He's like, oh.
I mean, I don't think Elwyn knows how they work either.
I guess to be fair, Gabble doesn't know how they work. It could be magic.
It could be.
He's just fascinated.
I mean, they're relatively new inventions. So.
Yeah.
And you've been in prison for a while.
Just a little bit.
Things change.
Yeah.
When you're in prison.
All right. Well, I know where I'm going first.
Oh, where?
To the dunking booth.
Oh, all right. I'll come with you.
All right. Do you want to join?
Can I
us?
join? Yes. Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, as you're traveling over to the warden's dunking booth, each of you can roll a perception check, I believe it is.
Yes.
Try and spot.
How sunny is it right now?
It's kind of a bright sunny day.
All right. Then I'm rolling a disadvantage.
If you wanted to just like have a sun hat or something, you could mitigate that.
Can you imagine? I mean, I feel like Elwyn... Would she have a sun hat? Maybe she would.
It's one of those like really sunny but like kind of brisk and chilly days on the tail end of summer, start of fall. It's that type of day.
Right. It's like either that or like a parasol.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Either
she'd
one of
rather
those
have a
would work.
parasol because that's cute.
That is cute.
So she just pulls out a parasol like, oh, it's so bright out here. Cool. Then I'll just roll once instead of twice.
Got a 16.
Oh, shit. I rolled really well.
16 total.
Okay. What did Elwyn get?
27.
Oh, snap.
Damn.
Okay, so Elwyn, you spot a scene that Art has already checked off his list, which is the rabbit child dressed up as a princess slaying another rabbit child dressed up as a dragon. And they're just kind of playing this scene out on repeat. And you managed to spot that scene and cross it off your list.
Okay. You didn't know that probably.
You said 16 for Art?
Yeah.
Let's see. You... Okay, you spot a another pair of... Actually, it's like 5 rabbit kids. One of them is dressed up in like a green suit that has like these big green ears that are like really long. It's clearly trying to be like a goblin. But there's this like oversized crown sitting on the goblin's head. And there are a bunch of other kids kind of like dancing around this goblin with the crown, also in goblin suits. And in the middle of this entire scene, there is a final rabbit child who's wearing just this like floppy striped hat, who is just singing off key and serenading a goblin king. So you have a bard serenading a goblin king. It's the one you cross off your list.
How many of these did you say there were? Do we know?
I don't think
There are 10 on the list.
Yeah.
Yep.
I only got a 12, so I don't know if I get anything.
You do.
Oh.
What was the other thing you found?
Okay. As you go by
You found?
Antoinette's Ale House, you're kind of looking at the patrons there enjoying their food and drink and things like that. And you spot the incongruous sight of 2 rabbit children at a table by the bar. And they are both dressed in like full knight costume. But when you look at it, it's like wooden like planks that they have painted the color of armor. And you spot 2 knights enjoying a pint.
Can we like tell each other when we find them so we get credit for each other's discoveries?
You have to find them on your own. So Art, I think you have 3 now.
I think so. Yeah.
And then Elwyn has 1 and Embers has 1. Vert has 0.
Yeah, Vert's a party pooper.
Although I am walking to a different place.
That's true. Do you want to roll a perception check?
Yeah, I do.
Are you going to be looking for Those are kind of hard to read too, aren't they?
They sure are. Not
Yeah, I don't know why you never roll the one
But
that
they
I
look
gave you.
cool.
I do.
Mm-hmm. These are kind of similar, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
It's 18.
Oh, yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's basically the same.
Oh, okay. You see a rabbit child dressed up as like a gnome in a fancy suit, and putting on like a tech demonstration, and it pulls out what's basically like, what would it be? It's like a wooden block that has like 3 or 4 like whisks kind of like drilled into it. So it almost looks like what we would call like an egg beater. And this child is giving a spiel, and it says, "And so here I reveal, for the first time ever on this grand day, Thimblefoot's brand new mechanical back massager." And you can cross off, Thimblefoot unveils a new mechanical back massager.
That's incredible!
Can I
So funny.
use magical tinkering on that device
What do you want to do?
and make it sound like it's like vibrating, like it make a noise like brrr, like humming? Like hum?
As you do you want to do it like sneakily, or do you want to like go up and tell them what you're going to do and then do it?
Sneakily.
Okay. Then I also need a sleight of hand check.
Okay. 21.
Okay. Yeah, your DC was 10. You sneak up and you kind of like, while this child is giving the presentation, you just manage to like do a little bit of your mechanical magic, and all of a sudden the egg beater block of wood starts vibrating in the child's hand, and the child goes, "Ah, ah, ah! It's out of control! Everyone run!" And all the other rabbit children participating in the demonstration just scatter.
Oh no! You've ruined it for everyone.
All goes according to plan. And then I leave.
Okay. The 3 of you then arrive at the Warden's dunking booth, which is located not far from Hearth Hall. Basically, there's a big wooden barrel that is filled with water, and there's a seat rigged up above that, and on top of it is sitting, let me see if I can find a description of Warden Commander Lavinia Cherry Cheeks. Let's see, characters, here we go. Lavinia Cherry Cheeks, yes. She is this tough-looking halfling woman with rosy undertones to her kind of paler skin. She's got curly, shoulder-length red hair that's, for today, kind of tied back into a tail. She already looks a little bit soaked. She's got green eyes and freckles that kind of splash across her button nose and cheeks. She's not wearing any sort of like armor or anything like that today. She's in kind of just like more plain garb, but it is definitely already soaked. And she is sitting up on the seat above this barrel of water. And then in front of that barrel of water, there is a target that is connected to the barrel. And you can see that basically like children are lined up and they're like throwing balls at heavy beanbag sack ball type things. They're throwing them at the target. You can get in line, and it's not long before the group of you come to the front of the line.
All right. Embers has her ticket punched.
So what you can do, the warden who's kind of like running the ticket punching and all of that says, "All right, so what you can do is you can pick how difficult you want this to be. The more difficult you set it, the more points you get if you succeed. There's an easy difficulty, kind of more normal difficulty, hard, and an extra hard difficulty."
May I see one of the beanbags?
Yeah, She'll hand you one.
I think Ember's just kind of like half sit and test it a little bit. Does this affect anything about that? She points over to the barrel.
Oh, no. I mean, the goal is still the same. You want to hit the target and put the Warden Commander in the tank. But yeah, you can get more points if you make it a little harder.
Give me the hardest setting.
Okay. And she whistles, and a bunch of Imperial Wardens who were kind of loitering nearby fall into formation in front of the tank. And they're one of them grabs like the mechanism itself. It's like starts moving the target itself. So you've got a moving target that is guarded by 3 wardens with shields, basically.
Okay.
And what you need to do is make a dexterity check. Just d20 roll plus dex.
Oh, okay.
And for this hardest difficulty, you're fishing for a 20.
Okay.
Oh.
You get, let me see, how many shots do you get? 3 throws.
3 throws.
Per
Okay.
punch.
Right. First one.
Can I?
No magic.
I was just gonna use guidance.
I know.
Okay.
You can use guidance when it's your turn.
I'm not gonna do it.
First one's a dirty 20.
Okay. Your first shot threads the needle perfectly. It just weaves between 2 guards and catches that moving mechanism. And Lavinia like shouts out like she's about to say something, and then just drops into the tank, and you just.
And I have 2 more, right?
Yeah, you've got 2 more. Yeah.
Embers patiently waits for Lavinia to get back up into her seat.
There's a little bit of resetting. It takes about a minute, and yeah, she gets back up in her seat, and she sees that it's you, and her eyes kind of narrow.
I think Embers just gives her like a wicked smile. And it's gonna go to the second one. It's a 23.
Spruce! They reset the machine. Lavinia gets back up, and her hair has kind of like come out of the tail a little bit, and she's like wringing it and putting it back in, and then she fixes you with like this. She puts her arms on her hips, and she just looks at you, and she just goes, "Embers?"
Third shot. I misses.
Finally, one of the wardens manages to like get a shield in there and block the shot.
Yeah. Embers calls out to Lavinia and says, "I'll tell you what. If you give me a 4th shot for free, I will let you have 3 charges on me in that chair on the easiest setting."
Roll a persuasion check at advantage.
This is incredible.
Oops. Well, this sounds good. Oh, they're both at 7.
Oh no.
She kind of looks at the surroundings and says, "Listen, Embers. If there weren't a line here, I might take you up on that. Come back a little bit later when it's less busy, and we can talk again."
All right. Sounds good. DNA, if you want to go.
No, I don't have a lot of upper body strength. So that was fun just for me watching, but I don't know. What about you, Art? Do you want to give it a go?
I don't think I'll be able to do it quite as well as you, but I'll try it.
So yeah, what difficulty setting do you want?
I'm looking at my dex right now. That's a +2. That's
You have to roll. Well, I don't know what the DC is.
Well, the hardest one was 20.
Yeah,
Let's do like
easy,
hard.
medium, hard, and extra hard.
Let's do hard.
Just regular hard?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably like a DC.
I know.
The guard who's like running around with the target puts it back so that it's not a moving target anymore, but you still got 3 wardens with shields like playing defense for the target. They're kind of like shuffling back and forth in front of it.
And it's just plus dex.
Oh my god, the tiniest die ever.
Okay, that's a miss.
You're fishing for a 15 on hard.
Oh, 15.
That was still a miss.
Okay.
I want you to try easy.
That's a nat 20.
Breaks it.
Yeah, the first one goes a little wide. Just barely misses the target. But then the second one, boom, right on the money, and sploosh!
I think
The
he
warden
just
commander falls right in.
immediately turns to Embers. I did it!
Embers just gives you a huge pat on the back. Way to
Like,
go,
yeah.
buddy. See if you can do that again.
You get one more, right?
Yeah.
Is that your third one?
No, let's see. But no, that's a miss.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's a 9.
So Embers came away with 10 points, and Art came away with 3 points.
Okay, I'll take 3 points.
Yep.
Player question to DM. We've got 8 points on our, or to spend, or 8 tokens.
Yeah, 8
to
punches
spend.
on your
8
card.
punches. How many games are there?
4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 7 or 8, but you can always get another card, and there's other attractions too that are like not really games, but like if you want to set a scene talking with
I
someone,
just
there's
wasn't
stuff you can
sure
do.
if I should be precious with my punch card.
Don't be precious with
Or
it.
not.
Okay.
You get 1 punch card for free, but then if you want to buy another one, it is 5 silver pieces.
Okay.
So-
Well, I think Ellen's kind of standing there with her arms folded. Nah, she doesn't want to do this one. It's kind of mean.
Okay.
She doesn't like it very much.
Are you sure? It's a lot of fun.
It is.
You did look like you were having quite a bit of fun, but I don't know. I feel quite bad for her already.
To be fair, roll an insight check.
Okay. Do I even have to roll?
Probably not.
It's in
You
case
do
you
low.
roll a nat 1, I guess.
That is a 19.
Oh yeah, okay. As you're watching Lavinia's reaction, like when the children managed to dunk her on the easier settings, or like when Art managed to dunk her, she's a good sport about it. Like,
Yeah.
she doesn't mind it all.
Okay.
It's just when Embers does it that it really gets on her skin.
I know. No, but I'm really, I'm okay. I don't have any beef with her, and I'm not all about the physical strength, so I want to see what other games there are to play.
Yeah, let's go somewhere else. I'm going to come back here later because she told me to, but...
Right, and if you want to use the last punch on my card for that, you can do that too.
So, y'all, don't let me... This is above table. Don't let me forget this. 1, I have inspiration, and 2, I had a bonus active from the first day that allows me to like change the result of any d20 roll to a nat 20.
Oh shit.
Remind me of this.
Okay.
Like...
The other thing I will mention is that every booth that you stop at has a Merchants and Traders Guild booth set up next to it as well.
What was my trinket?
Where they're doing the trading with the random trinkets.
I'm sorry, and you said every time you get one of these scenes, you get a trinket? I think I misunderstood that.
So you start off with a trinket, and then basically you have to make a charisma check of whatever kind you want. Persuasion, deception, intimidation.
It was a vial of dragon blood.
Yes, and then you to try and trade with the person running the booth for what they have.
What was the goal?
Just to make the most trades.
To make the most trades. Oh, then I'm definitely stopping at this trade.
Oh, then yeah, me too.
Yeah. What do they have?
So for the first person to step up, they have a silver icon of a raven.
Oh, wow. I don't know about you, Art, but I think this vial here of pure dragon blood, authentic dragon blood, that we got off of a dragon ourselves. This is absolutely worth that.
Art is doing the math in his head of which dragon.
It's absolutely worth one of those dinky little silver pieces. You, sir, madam, sir, you're a sir now. Yes, and you, sir, this is a steal.
Well, now this was a family heirloom, but what kind of roll do you want to make?
I mean,
Very persuasive.
Deception? I'll do either.
You can do whichever one you want. Up to you.
I mean, it's all deception, right?
Yeah,
That's the whole point.
it's all for fun.
So, persuasion? I'd rather do persuasion because
Do persuasion, then.
if you'll allow it.
Yeah, for this one, it's totally up to you which one you want to do.
10.
It
It was good, and then it bumped off of something, and then was terrible.
Yeah, he kind of like squints at your dragon's blood and says, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a good trade to me.
Well, do you know how many of those little silver things you could get for this?
Listen, I'm just supposed to, if I feel convinced, I'm supposed to give it out. I don't feel convinced, so I need the next person to come along.
Ellen pouts and walks away.
I'll step up and be like, I have a pretty green feather. Would you like to trade?
All right,
That's it.
roll your
That's
check.
all I'm saying. Is that a 9 or a 6? I don't think it helps either way. Plus what?
Charisma. Or your
persuasion?
Persuasion.
Or if
that's a 10!
Yeah.
So I'm going to drop the DC down a little bit, but that still doesn't quite make it. He kind of squints at you and says, "Come now, you could have at least come up with some argument, like, you have a fake bird there, but a real feather here. I don't know, there's something there." Try again at the next booth.
Okay. I don't think I'm very good at this.
Me neither.
I'm not going to play. I think what I have is better than anything that they could give me. And I think I am going to make a persuasion check because I'm not trying to play, but I just want to see if that's a pitch that is going to be accepted.
That's incredible.
Well, I got a 16.
His eyes light up and see, now this is how you add value. And he holds out the silver raven.
Well, you know, Embers
that's-
was the one to recruit Torin to our
That's kind of
cause.
nice.
No one thought that
Embers
he would
trades.
leave
Okay.
the Wardens
One
to
trade
join
for
us.
Embers.
But he did, and it's because of Embers. I think she is secretly the most persuasive member of the Silver Seekers.
That is wild.
Yeah, it's a true
after-
story.
Not. Yeah.
I know. I know. -2.
-2. That was incredible.
Persuasion checks, and nat
Still
20.
killing it.
Yeah.
Changed the course of his life.
It's like every single freaking time.
I know. It's
When you were
ridiculous.
like, "Oh, I'm not trying," I'm like, "Oh, he's gonna roll."
Yeah.
Great. I called it.
I was like, yeah, that's wild. He's just taking no, like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I want to take a second
Yep.
to cut over to Vert, who is headed back towards the keep. Is there anything in particular you wanted to do?
One thing is look for Torin to see if he's around.
Mhm.
Is he at the keep?
Yeah, Torin and the recruits are kind of running the show while you're gone. They can't do like the full scary experience, but they've got their own little routine that they can do that's a little less scary for kids who want to go through.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So it's fine if he's there.
So Torin's kind of like outside punching tickets and things like
Yeah,
that.
no problem. I can get to him later.
No, what I'm saying is like you could easily walk up and talk to him if you wanted
Okay.
to. Yeah.
Are there trade booths on my way back?
No.
Okay.
They're like
I will
at
not
the
trade.
locations of the other games.
I will not trade them anything. Yeah, I guess I will probably pull Torin aside. Well, I'll change form back into Bachelor,
Mhm.
something that he's familiar with, and then I'll pull him aside. Not Butler,
Bachelor's the butler.
Bachelor the Butler.
I meant Bachelor earlier.
I know you did.
Rewind, strike through, and edit, splice that in. In post.
I'm not going back to. I'm not doing it.
A really bad voiceover with that.
Yeah.
Bachelor, yes. Still getting used to calling you that. He kind of whispers.
What's Torin's last name again?
Brenworm?
That's right.
Yeah.
Master Brenworm. Do you know a fellow by the name of Art? And when you're in your time with the Wardens?
Remind me. Have you always gone by the name Art, or is that a more recent thing?
That is a recent thing.
Okay.
That is a since jail and out thing.
He kind of scratches his head and says, "No, I can't say I did know some. I knew an Arthur."
He's a bronze dragonborn man.
I served with a couple bronze dragonborn back in Port Horizon Shroud, but I don't think any of them were named Art. It's not a very dragonborn name, though, is it? Art.
Called out.
Yeah. Let me check something here. Looking at review memory. Nope, it has to be the past month unless it's level 3. Okay, never mind. I was gonna be like, let me see that person in your mind. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll be like, step over here for a moment then, and I'll take him to a more secluded room, and then I'll change shape into Art.
Okay.
Whoa! That's dope.
I just have
Not
to
for
think
me.
of a reason why, because I rolled a 19 on my memory check here. Give me a second to think of a reason why.
It's fun being a DM.
He kind of looks closely and he says, "No, okay, I could be wrong about this. I wouldn't. I would take all of this with a grain of salt, but there was someone, kind of an up-and-coming member of the army, who I recall hearing something about distinguished services and he was going to get a governorship in one of the newer states, Vagma, Vidun, Ardalir, one of the three. I can't remember which. But his name wasn't Art. Lagos? Maybe? Logwin? Logro?
So, like, Vert's face isn't, like, trying to, like, ask for more. He's just, like thoughtfully nodding.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to, like, piece things together. Be like, why would this person would have been at this event? His mother's execution. What was he doing there? Why was he allowed?
Good questions.
And so he's, like, trying to piece it together, and he just nods at Torin. Okay.
Roll like a history check.
Alright. Oh shoot. That is a 25.
Oh snap.
It's an instat. I'm using my intelligence.
When Torin says, like, this person was up for a governorship, something does click for you a little bit. You know that when Vagma fell, Ardalir and Vidun fell alongside it, right? Because they were kind of for a long time under Vagma's protection.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so that's a lot of territory that the Empire suddenly needed to control, right? And so something that was very common in those immediate years after the fall of Vagma was the assignment of, like, either high-ranking or, like, up-and-coming military officers to governors' positions to kind of, like, bring order to the bigger cities within these states.
Okay. I see. Yeah, I think he probably won't keep Torin long away from his post. Though unless he had any other last thoughts to share.
Again, I absolutely cannot be sure. It's just a name I've heard alongside a long list of other names of distinguished personnel who fits the description. I've never seen the man in person.
Thank you, Torin. I appreciate it.
He kind of nods. It's still very strange to interact with you in this form, I must say. I'm getting used to it.
I'm glad you're getting used to it. I'll try and keep it at a minimum.
No, I don't need you to do that on my behalf. I am trying to change and rise to the occasion. So, please, your secret. I appreciate that you were finally willing to share it with me.
Of course. Any other personnel of interest come by, or just
Zach with a good question.
He says, yes, actually, now that you mention it, I was given a message. I was supposed to tell you that priest from Port Horizon Shroud, Brandyman. She apparently got a letter from Embers a while back, and she came to town. She's here for the festival.
She's here.
She came by the keep looking for the group of you, but you'd already left into the town. I told her to go to Antoinette's alehouse and get settled in there.
Oh, okay. Well, I will. I'm heading that way anyway, so I'll go fetch her and find the rest of the group.
That sounds like a fine idea. I might come and try out a few of the festival games later once we get a shift rotation.
Please do.
And he kind of gives you a toothy smile.
Yeah, I think you and the others deserve it.
They're doing great, by the way. I mean, Izzy's not terribly into it, but Eustace makes up for it. That boy has enthusiasm.
Like trying to imagine their version. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that these our up-and-coming recruits are showing great promise.
Would you say their idea of a haunted house?
It's definitely their idea of a haunted house.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. I think otherwise he would probably just turn back and head back into town.
Okay. Sounds good.
In your dwarf disguise again?
So if he's gonna meet up with Brandyman, what did she knew him as Rook?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'd probably walk back as the dwarf and then find like an area that I can change back into Rook for a second, and then meet up with her as Rook.
Okay.
And then, or I'll try and find everyone here first, and then tell. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and find where everyone here is first, and then tell Embers.
Sorry, say that one more time. You're gonna try and find everyone.
I switched a few times. I'm gonna look for.
Yeah, just let me know where you landed.
I'm gonna look for Elwyn, Art, and Embers.
Okay, gotcha.
Disguised as...
What is
Dwarf.
Dwarf.
Oh, dwarf. Okay.
As Tim.
As Tim.
As Tim.
Yep, that'll
Which
be
is
Tim
funny
now.
because his name actually does have a Tim in it. So
Does it?
kind of.
It's how it's going to happen, because he's going to walk up and we're going to be like, oh, hi, Tim!
If you delete a whole bunch of letters in between, then Tim is there.
Oh, Tim, you're back from your
That's his nickname.
mission!
That's his nickname. Alright, so now he's also known as Tim. Okay.
Okay, done deal. Where do the group of you want to head? I will say, I mean, you spent the morning kind of running and doing the initial bit of the haunted house, and then you had a little bit of a fight. It is probably still a little bit before noon, but it is, I don't know, maybe about time that the group of you might start getting hungry.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ellen's probably down for looking for a bite to eat.
Yeah.
We can introduce her to our friend. We go by the ale house.
Sure. I'd like to see how the ale house is getting on.
Oh, I will switch off the eerie
Creepy music.
Our friend.
Hey, guess what? Your two destinations were one and the same.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah, my DM brain was already solving that problem.
It's like, oh, by the way, you're hungry.
You're hungry. Why don't you all go to the ale house?
Wait, on our way to the ale house, can I percept?
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Me too.
And Zach, you as well if you want, since you're moving.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Plus,
Oh, that's good.
I will.
That's good.
21.
Oh, yeah.
11.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, don't bombard him.
I have to flip between a lot of different things here. Why can I? There it is, Hearth Herald. Okay. So we'll start with Vert.
Mm-hmm.
What'd
He
you
said
get?
11.
11?
Yep.
Okay. You see a rabbit who's dressed in like a tight black outfit. And it's like she's like sneaking up, like very exaggeratedly sneaking up on another rabbit who's dressed as an Imperial Warden, and then tries to like put her fingers in the other rabbit child's like coin purse and pull out a coin, but then the other rabbit turns around and goes, "Hey, you're under arrest!" and like slaps manacles on the thief's hands, and you can cross off a rogue arrested for thievery.
Okay.
What did Elwyn get?
17.
17. You spot the mechanical back massager one.
Great.
They've reassembled the scene and seem to have gotten used to the strange vibrating of this wooden block. It just adds an extra layer of realism.
That's what I was going for. First panic and then realism.
And then art?
21.
21. It's one you've already seen, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's a horse on trial for murder.
Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah.
And then did Denver's roll as well?
Yeah, I got a 13.
13. You find... Well, actually, let me check for this one. Okay. You see two young rabbit children dressed up in these, like, cloth outfits that have, like, little metal scales sewn onto them. They're supposed to look like kobolds, and their outfits have, like, little snouts as, like, bills of the hats or whatever. And they basically have piles of, like, rotten fruit and vegetables and things that they are throwing at each other. You find a food fight between two kobolds.
I love that.
So that's +1 for Vert, +1 for Embers, +1 for Elwyn. Yeah, but not for Art. Very good. And you find your way to Antoinette's Ale House, which is it's really the only tavern in town. It looks very freshly renovated. And there's a little water feature on the side of it that looks like it's been kind of newly added. It's a little water wheel that's kind of constantly turning. And it has a sign above the door that says Antoinette's Ale House in kind of like fancy scrolling font. But then there's a picture in the middle of it of like an ant, like the animal, an ant, the insect, with like a majestic royal robe on it, complete with like the white fuzz on the thing, and then a crown. Yep. She's got like a scepter in her mandibles.
I think when we walk up to it and Elwyn sees the sign, she just goes, "Oh, she would love this."
This place is run by a friend of ours. We've known her ever since we sort of formed a group back in Port Horizon Trap.
Oh, wow.
Is she still here? Or did she go back home?
Nora?
Nora.
I think she's still here.
Oh, great. We should introduce you.
She did move here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With her crew.
I wasn't sure if she moved here permanently or if it was just to get the place up and running.
There's a bunch of like outdoor seating that's set out specifically for the festival because the tavern itself is not big enough to accommodate everyone. And it looks like there's kind of a limited menu, but you can kind of pick whatever you want off of it. Let me just tell you about the people you see running around running this place. The person you see calling the shots, who seems a little bit flustered at the moment just because it's so busy. It's like the lunch rush and everyone is coming to get food. Is this dark-skinned dwarven woman who's a little bit plump. Well, I'm really reading the wrong description. No, she's not plump. Her Drake is plump. We'll get to him in a second. She has this like lustrous, curly, shoulder-length black hair that is dyed honey gold just at the tips. Big brown eyes and has like a piercing on her left eyebrow. She, like, at first glance, you can see that she has just like this big smile on her face, very welcoming and friendly. And she's like talking with all the regulars as they're like sitting down. And basically just like welcoming them in. But you can tell that she's gotten a little bit flustered by everything that's happening right now. As you see her in kind of like a moment of flusteredness, you see another dwarf kind of approach her from behind and kind of put a hand on like the lower back of her. He's got a big nose, kind of like rough, weathered-looking brown skin and like short, curly blonde hair with like a very close-trimmed beard and golden eyes. The group of you recognize Dot Drake Marbleshoulder, the dwarf who came with Charm from the Spellscar Desert. Showing a gesture of familiarity to Nora there.
So it wasn't just us Nora came up here for.
Well, it seems new. You don't think they knew each other before?
Oh, yes.
Cute.
And he kind of like gives the small of her back a little rub, and she seems to like relax a little bit, and then goes back to greeting people. The other people who are here, because there's a few, roll a perception check.
All of us?
Sure.
One of us? Each
All
of
of
us?
you, if you want to.
Perception. Okay, that's a 14. 19.
Not 20.
19.
26.
Total of 28.
All of you managed to spot, kind of perched atop the overhang sign.
Oh, yeah.
There is kind of a plump, wrinkled skinned little drake, like a small dragon, basically. Yeah. That's about 2 feet long. Has scales that are like a deep amber color with cream highlights, and then like these glittering green eyes. And he is just kind of looking down and surveying everything that is happening. And the group of you recognize Malt.
Yeah, I think that Elwyn will kind of make eye contact and just kind of give a very subtle wave, because she's trying not to give him away.
Yeah, he gives a nod to you. He makes eye contact, maybe does a wink.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not making a big deal of it, but I'm like, hey, buddy, you do you.
Cute.
And then the server who is rushing around and bringing everyone their food is this purple kobold with like blue and black spotted scales. And she doesn't really speak as she kind of weaves through the crowd. She just kind of silently like pushes past people very like cautiously and nervously. And you recognize Tess, the kobold. And then off to the side, the final member of this group has a booth all his own. There is a brown and white striped kobold who actually looks like rather strong for a kobold. But he's got like a fireplace set up with like a pot of like boiling like basically oil on top of the fire, and he's got like a sign that is hand scrawled in like common and draconic, and it just says, "We'll fry whatever you bring." And the group of you recognize Molo.
Molo!
We'll fry whatever you bring. Damn. That's a good
Aww,
And that's everyone who's running around Antoinette's alehouse.
I think Elwyn will just go to check on Nora first.
Oh, hello there, Elwyn.
Hi.
It's a delight to see you.
Hi, I don't mean to take you away
It's a
from
little busy
the
right
rush.
now.
Do you need a hand?
If you're offering,
I am.
I absolutely could.
Yeah, just point me in a direction.
Kashura was supposed to be helping out Tess, but then I don't know where she's gone off to.
Well, maybe one of us can help locate Kashura, and the rest of us can help you with a couple of extra hands.
I catch the look that you give Embers.
Another thinly veiled look that you don't have to roll an insight check for.
Yeah, I'll go see if I can find it.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'm
do you
happy
want
to
relax,
help.
or do you want to?
I can help.
All
I'm
right.
happy to help.
Where do you need us?
You're a godsend. I don't know your name. I'm Nora, by the way, Nora Froth Tankard.
All right.
It's nice to meet
nice
you.
to meet you.
This is my establishment. If you're new in town, we do have 1 or 2 rooms left. It's booking up, but
That's all right. Art's going to be staying with us.
that's excellent.
Yes.
The only rooms we have left are the underground ones at this point. They're quite interesting.
They're
but
much
not for
cleaner than the
everyone.
ones in Port Horizon Shroud, let me tell you. We had quite a problem there the first time, or one of the first couple weeks we were there.
The backstory here is I hired this group originally to kill some rats, and it got messy.
It got involved. We'll hear the story over drinks later, but for now, let us help.
All right, just find Tess. She's running around trying to serve everybody.
Sure. Come on,
Yeah.
this way.
Okay.
I'll just go find Tess and give her a big hug. Take some plates from her.
Her like scales, like it seems like they like bleach white when Ellen tries to hug her.
Aww. I thought we were there with our relationship.
No. She's there with Embers. She's not there with you.
She's not there with me, but I won't try to hug her.
My note says Tess feels neutral towards Embers, but does not like Elwyn.
Okay, that still is where we are. Okay.
Because she used magic to alter her disposition.
Yeah, but it's been ages. I thought we got past. I thought we had a heart to heart and got past that. Okay, I'm misremembering. Then I guess Elwyn would not try to hug her because she has a very, very high insight score.
Mm-hmm.
And instead would just be like, "Hi, Tess, we're here to help. What can we do?"
Is she holding a lot of things right now?
Yeah, she's got like a
Can
tray
I
in
take those from her?
Yeah, and
I'll
she
just
lets you take them.
easily
And then she just kind of like
Put me to work.
She points back towards like the counter, which is in the main building, and you can see that there's like a list on a chalkboard of all the orders she needs to bring out.
Okay.
And behind the kitchen, behind the kitchen counter, there's like a whole stockpile of all the things you would need to assemble these orders.
Great, and I feel like at least Elwyn had some time she has experience helping Nora in Port Horizon Shroud, just with the orders and stuff. So I feel like if it's set up kind of similar, she's right at home.
Similar
so
system.
She's just like, she leaves you to help deliver things, and then she'll go back and start assembling stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So the things on offer today, there's like ales, beers, wines, including like a honey mead that is a special collaboration with Dot Drake's hives. I wonder how they hooked up. And then there's like non-alcoholic juices and water and stuff. And then there's candied apples, cotton candy, and honey cakes.
Oh boy.
Popcorn, sausage and veggie kebabs, turkey legs, various savory pies, soup cups, fish, mushroom, or beef. And then obviously there's Molo's Will Fry Anything station.
That's amazing. But yeah, Elwyn's just gonna start assembling orders and putting them out for you to you and Tess to deliver.
Okay. Yeah. You don't have to make any checks.
Yeah. And that's how Vert finds
us. These two start playing Overcooked.
Yeah, we're playing
basically.
Overcooked, basically. Yeah.
There's people walking in and out of your kitchen. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
And also in the middle of the dining hall area of this tavern, there is basically the floor has been built around what looks like a giant anthill.
Oh.
That there is now a ladder descending down into, and you can see light coming up from beneath. And suddenly you realize what she meant by underground rooms.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It's a tourist attraction for sure. Yeah.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah. You went to find Kashura. You want to roll either like perception or investigation?
Let me roll perception. Ah, 21.
21. Okay. You kind of walk around the establishment. You don't see Kashura seated at any of the tables or anything like that. She's not like around back of the place. You don't know about Megan, but you don't see her either.
Okay.
Where you end up finding Kashura is in like a side alley by the water wheel. You find a ladder that goes up to the roof, and you find Kashura just kind of like laying on top of the roof of this place, staring up at the sky. Gab, for your reference, we do have art of Kashura that I can show you on Roll20.
Yeah.
But Roll20's not up for the viewers.
Oh, it can be.
There it is.
It's so tiny.
She's got like kind of this olive skin tone and like short dark hair with these green, like bright not electric, but like bright green slitted snake eyes. And yeah, she's wearing pretty much what she's wearing in the picture there. She's got like this red vest with like serpent patterns to it over like a chest strap, and then some like loose just like loose trousers. And she sees you come up on the roof, and she, like, you can see she begins to form an excuse, and then she sees it's you, and she just kind of like settles back down.
Not much for the festival?
Haven't got out to explore it yet.
Do you want to come?
Yes.
All right.
I've been stuck here working, and it's just the lunch rush hit, and it was too much.
Yeah, I can get that. Ellen and my other friend are helping them out, so I don't think they need you.
That's a big relief, honestly.
Damn.
Yep. I knew this would happen.
Well, where do you want to go? I heard, let me see what's under other attractions.
You're welcome. You hear Ellen's voice in your head. You're welcome. Enjoy your stolen hours.
They're doing some interesting attractions on the outskirts of town.
I haven't
wanna go
been
check
seeing
them out.
anything. I've been so busy with the house and then the fight.
Let's sneak away.
All right.
Roll stealth check.
All right.
Kashura succeeds.
Do you even need a roll?
My stealth is pretty absurd. Let's see. Yeah, 25.
Yep. You and Kashura
The
just
answer
kind of
is
like
no.
melt into the shadows, and the group of you don't know where they went. You find your way to the outskirts of town, where there's actually a variety of different events going on. Do you want to end up in like the northern or the southern outskirts?
I think the northern is more interesting to me.
Okay. So north of the town, there's Lake Solstig, which is kind of like the only body of water immediately near Amberhearth. There are these like pedal boats that are set up on the lake that people are kind of like renting out and going for little pedals around the lake on. But also, kind of a little bit more to the east, now that you're outside of the town, you can see that, not going just yet, but getting set up are some hot air balloon rides.
Oh my god.
Yep. And there's a bunch of other attractions. You see like a petting zoo, a carousel, and then everything else is on the southern side of town.
Well, I'm personally not much for water. What do you think about the balloons?
That'd be new to me.
Alright, let's go.
All right. So the two of you kind of head over there, and there's a little bit of a line, but there's like 3 of these balloons that are getting set up. And there's each balloon has like a gnomish attendant who's like not from the town, but they're like walking through safety with the groups who are going to go into each of these balloons. And yeah, you have to wait a little bit, but not too long, and then you can punch your ticket and you can go on up.
Okay.
The gnome walks you through the safety. Basically, it amounts to, really, you can't, don't go too far over the edge. Like, if you fall, and there's waivers. And he pulls out, like, a big sheet of waivers that you have to sign. Goes through safety, talks about how he's gonna, like, control the fire and, like, the heat and all that, and then, takes you up into the air, and the balloon just basically begins to rise up over the town. And you get this stunning view of the surrounding grasslands and the forest. You can see the old quarry, and like Lake Solstig is beautiful with like the sun reflecting off of it. You just get this big panoramic view of the town, and the balloon kind of just goes up and drifts around a little bit.
Okay. I bet it didn't look like this a few months ago.
The town?
Yeah.
I mean, not when I first got here.
No, it would have been kind of just a bunch of holes or unplugged. Just buildings ruined, but look at it now.
Ants running all over the place.
Yeah, the ants. Whose idea was the Antoinette Ale House?
I don't know. Probably Molo? No, he's not that clever.
Oh no, that's my thought.
I feel like it might have
Oh,
been
is
us.
it? Okay. Oh, I think you're right, now that I remember.
Yeah, she was
Because
like-
Antoinette was great.
Yeah. We loved Antoinette.
We loved it.
Antoinette was the whole
Antoinette
thing.
was a whole thing.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
Yes.
To fill you in, there was, on the quick spark notes, when they first got to the town, this town was overrun by giant ants.
Mm-hmm.
And the colony was led, all the ants they interacted with, because Elwyn...
I turned it into a giant ant and went and just made friends with.
They all had ant in their name, like there was Antony and...
Yeah.
I can't remember who else, but they all had Ant in their names.
Yeah.
And their queen was Queen Antoinette, and she was very Ojo-sama.
She's the best.
Countess Lassel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Incredible. Yeah. It was great. Good times.
Gotta say, thank you for pulling me out of there. I could not have taken much longer. I know I said I was going to give this whole, I don't know, like no pressure to survival lifestyle a try, but like I can't. Running a restaurant, that's just, it's not me.
Yeah, I get it. I know that I promised you a while back that we would help your people, and I haven't forgotten. It's just, I'm not really in charge of the group, and so, you know, when Bert wants to go rescue his dad, it's hard to say, well, we gotta help Shura first. But it's coming soon. Soon. I'll make sure of it. I'm not gonna keep you waiting forever.
She kind of gives you a little bit of smile and says, look, I appreciate that, but I'm a very independent woman. If I had a lead, maybe I could act on it myself. I don't know. I think I do need a little bit of a time out of town soon. The small town life, it's a lot.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about, you know, what would happen when we do this, you know, when we do go and kind of overthrow Ilsish or whatever. I mean, I guess that would mean you'd be back in charge of the Auntie.
I think ideally we'd find someone else. That was a role that was pushed on me, and I wouldn't necessarily say that I was suited to it.
Okay.
I have confidence in my skills in a fight, but as a leader, I don't know. I did my best, but you've seen where my leadership got the people.
Well, I think it's better than Ilsish, but I get what you mean.
I think
I'm not much of a leader myself.
most would be better than Ilsish.
Anyway, the reason I've been thinking about that so much is because I've been thinking about, you know, you not being around here anymore and having to maybe go off with your people.
Can I roll an insight check?
Yeah.
Let me pull up Kashura's stat block.
What's contesting this? Embers' deception?
I mean,
No, if you're being honest.
you can
Yeah.
just like set a DC and
Yeah.
we'll see how I do. I don't know why I didn't have Kashura's stat block up. Okay, here we go. Insight. Oh, she's pretty good at insight. 18.
Oh yeah, that beats the 10 that I had planned.
So, what does it seem like Embers is feeling when she mentions that?
I think Kashura picks up on Embers' anxiety about, like, not getting to spend more time with Kashura. And about, Embers has been thinking that, like, her time with Kashura might be coming to an end soon.
She kind of smiles and gives you a little punch in the arm and says, "You're worried I'm not coming back, aren't you?"
I'm worried that we'd be going in different directions. I'd be staying here with the Seekers and running all across the continent helping people. I have to go off to Philareth soon to help my friend Art. I'd be going there and you'd be going somewhere else. Our paths just wouldn't cross again.
I don't think that's going to happen, Embers. Yes, I might have to go off and do something just because I can't sit still, but I know we've been taking this slow. And I
Taking what
appreciate
slow? What?
that. This, you know, us.
Oh, okay.
It's as hard for me to say as it is for you, so let me get through
I didn't know
this.
you knew.
Of course I know.
I thought I'd been very subtle about it.
Her eyes go wide. Her eyes go wide at that. Oh, that was subtle. No, I think it was pretty obvious to me. But we've been taking it slow, and I appreciate that. But I want to reassure you, the interest is there. I'll be back.
Okay.
I just might have things I need to do in between. And I understand that you have things you might need to do in between. And those things might not be the same.
Yeah. But it'll be easier for me to do those things now that I know the interest is there.
Good. Me too. And she gives you a smile.
Embers gives her like a very weak smile back.
When you do that, she kind of like reaches out and puts an arm around you and pulls you over to her.
Okay.
And it is getting a little bit cold up here, so the warmth is nice.
Yeah.
And you just kind of look out over Amberhearth together.
Mm-hmm.
What about the rest of you? Vert, you can probably show up at Antoinette's alehouse around then. You see Elwyn is rushing around with Art. They've been roped into helping Nora.
Yeah, so I think...
I have summoned a wild companion to help me out in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. What does it look like?
Let's see. If it's a wild companion, I can pretty much summon a familiar, right? So something with... Sorry, where's my Find Familiar spell? I probably should have thought of this beforehand. But I think I actually have Find Familiar as like something. Here we go. Bat, cat, frog, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl, rat, raven. It'd be funny if it was a rat. Spider, weasel, or another beast that has a challenge rating of 0. Okay. Okay, we'll just do like a cat.
Okay.
And like the cat's just like, if I'm like, oh, go get me that thing, the cat's like bringing me ingredients and helping me like just an extra set of hands.
Most everything's pre-made. What are you making?
Well, no, whatever I'm doing. If I'm like, I need you to bring me a glass, or I need you to bring me that thing, or put that bowl in the sink, or just
it can do little tasks.
Just an extra set of hands. I have so basically, you see, as we get started, and I see like the long list of things that I have to do. You see Elwyn just kind of absently swirl a hand in the air, and you see these snowflakes kind of manifesting around her hand, and they all kind of coalesce into what looks like the form of like a snowman cat, like a snow sculpture of a cat, and then the snow falls away and there's an actual cat there, and it's just like this big white fluffy beautiful cat with like these glowing gold eyes, and then it just like is basically, she's just like giving it mental commands to do stuff, and it's just like helping her out as she's like
I think
filling orders.
Art is like shocked at this for a second, just staring, like those eyes like
it's like if Nora gives her a look, she's like she's magical, don't worry about it, she's very clean, I promise.
I think Nora's probably seen the cat before.
Probably.
When helped out, but like other patrons might be like, what's this cat doing in the
this
kitchen?
is a magical cat.
It's like a lesser Embers.
Very clean.
Summon lesser embers.
Summon lesser.
It's got like a little red ribbon.
You said fluffy white cat. I'm like, okay.
Well, I was just thinking because that's Elwyn's aesthetic. Is the
I know.
Yeah.
It just fits.
Yes.
But yes.
Nora puts out a bowl of milk.
Yep.
A bowl of milk. Yep, that's right.
Yeah, the cat enjoys it. So yeah, I burned a wild shape for that. Anyway, that's what you walk in and find.
Yeah, I think that once Elwyn makes eye contact with Bert in his disguise, he will take his fingers and put them do this. He'll like kind of do a little signal.
Yeah. You have to explain what the signal is
So,
for people because they don't.
A long time ago, when we did our...
You don't have to give the backstory. Just describe what the symbol is.
It's I need your attention.
No, he touches his earlobe. He touches his earlobe. That's all you need to do, because there's no visual. You need to describe what you're doing for the
I understand
listeners.
now. Many years ago.
Okay, move on.
Man, you really got me there. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Just like you said, he does this. I'm like, people can't see you. There's no camera.
I was gonna explain that, and then you started telling me what to do, and I'm like,
okay,
all right,
okay, move on.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, he goes to get her attention. In a very long-winded way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
You have to cast the spell though, because you have it, not me.
Yeah. So I cast message.
So you don't actually have to do the symbol. You can just cast message.
Well, I wasn't sure if you would come over or not. I thought it would get you to come over.
It's been so long. That's the symbol that I want you to cast message so we could talk privately because I don't have the spell. But you have the spell, so you could just cast
so you're the one that does the little earlobe thing.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
So he's just misremembering.
Well, it was like a signal that only that her and I
that we need to have
so she knows it's me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
right, because he could be anyone. Right,
yeah,
right,
that's
right,
also that was not the symbol that we established for that.
Well,
for
that's
sure.
the only one that we did.
You
So-
could have made up anything and I would have gone with it, but that's fine.
Anyways.
Yeah, so you signal that it's you, and I'm in the middle of something, but yeah, I can wave you over. You can come up to the bar or whatever.
Okay. Anyways, so that is to say that I get her attention subtly.
Uh-huh.
Man, I don't even know what I was going to do.
You come up to the bar and I put an ale in front of you.
I drink it.
Sounds good.
And then I leave. No.
Okay, bye. I must have misread the signals there.
No, oh gosh, now what's her name? The person that came from Port Horizon Shred?
Megan Brandyman.
Megan, is she here?
Perception check.
Natural 1.
You don't see her at the moment. She's not in like the
So
tap
I'll
room
tell
area.
Elwyn, I'm like, have you seen Megan here anywhere?
Megan? No, why would I see Megan?
Torrin said that Megan came to town.
Oh.
Ember sent a letter.
Well, you should talk to Nora then. Sorry, I've been busy since I got here. I've just, you can see how crazy it is around here.
Maybe you can ask Nora, because I'm,
Right, sure.
Yeah.
Fine.
Otherwise, yeah, there's some other stuff I want to talk to you about later.
Okay. Do I need to take a break?
No, we can. Why don't we?
Do you need something to eat?
Yeah,
Okay.
but let's also set
The
some.
group of you came here to eat. Do you need something to eat?
Sure.
I might have had like a quick bowl of fish soup as I was filling orders just back there because I'm like, all right, I'll just have some soup. It's
I can
fine.
fill you in maybe when you and I have some time to enjoy the festival together.
All right, well here, let me get you something to eat. I'm gonna
Okay.
run off and get back to work. Refill your beer.
Cool.
Yeah,
So I'll hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be like, we can, I think Embers went off to find Kashura, so I'm sure they're off. What's the word?
Canoodling?
Not the word I was going to use. I was going to say they're playing hooky together, I think.
Okay.
And that's fine. Art, I think, is helping Tess out there delivering meals and such. But once the lunch rush is over, I think we can probably sneak out as well.
Art, as you're interacting with Tess, how do you go about that? It's the very nervous kobold who's serving things. Because you're a big guy.
I am. How tall is it? Remind me, how tall is a kobold?
Like, 3 to 4 feet tall. She's on the shorter side, so probably 3.
Great, I'm 6'7".
Yeah.
So, listen, let me live my tall king fantasy. So I'm the opposite of, how
also
Sam
that.
Riegel
I get
is
it.
tall.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
people-
Blaze shorts.
You
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
Get it.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
How tall is Embers?
Ember's 6'5".
6'5", yeah, sorry.
See, and I play short characters. so
Yeah.
same thing.
It's the fantasy.
Yeah.
I think I think in general I'm aware that I can be like an imposing, towering figure.
Yeah.
So I think he's just trying to be very gentle, like keeping his voice like, hey, like, can I help you with anything? And trying to like predict what she needs based on like where she's looking or whatever. I think Elwyn probably gave me a good rundown of like what to be on the lookout for, what to do, what each table is. So I think he's trying to like not get in her way and also kind of like try to predict what she needs.
Roll
without...
an insight check, then.
Okay.
Sounds very much like an insight check.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 14.
Okay.
19.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You managed to get like a very good rhythm with Tess.
Yeah.
Where like she turns around and you're there with hands ready to hold plates. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
And like by the end of it, like at first she was looking at you with like these narrow slits of eyes and like kind of in a hunched posture and like very wary of you. But by the end of it, she's like wide-eyed and like looking up at you. seemingly impressed.
Yay! I think he's just happy to be able to like help someone in need. No matter the context.
And
does he notice her body like untense? How do you say that? I'm sure there's
more like
relax.
Yeah. Oh yes, relax. Listen, I don't know what that's like. I can't relate, so the word didn't come to me naturally. So untense.
Truth.
She motions with 2 fingers,
Okay. Yeah.
like for you to come down to her level.
Okay. I'll slink down.
Thank you. You're very good at this.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy to make your day a little easier. Have you eaten?
Molo's been trying to give me fried things, but no.
Maybe you can like. I think
I'm okay for now.
Are you sure?
And then she rushes off.
Okay. And I think after saying that, after she rushes off, his belly starts like.
Yeah, and I think that Elwyn's also preempting that.
Yeah.
And once things are starting to slow down, you come up to the bar or whatever, and she just has a plate of food. Just
oh my god!
Like
you're the best.
right here. You earned it. Take a break.
Thank you so much. What about your break? Have you eaten?
Oh, I've been eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about me.
Is Tim sitting there too?
Yeah, he's just kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah, Art. Tim made it back from his mission. He's right over here. Yeah. Yeah. Tim, you're back from your mission?
Yes.
Yes. And this is Art. We met him. He's a friend of Amber's.
Pleasure.
First of all, he like bows and apologizes profusely. I'm so sorry. I broke your contraption. It scared me.
Wasn't my contraption. It was one of the young lord's contraptions.
I could have sworn.
I'm
Maybe-
pretty sure
maybe
that
I
Amber said that you
misunderstood.
built some of the contraptions in the haunted
He
house.
says Tim built the contraption.
I think she did because you know how she likes to call you Tim sometimes.
Oh,
It's like a nickname.
Yeah. Yes.
I
yes.
see.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah. Well, in any case, I'm very sorry, but it's very impressive mechanical engineering.
Thank you. Yeah. It's okay. Just a quick mending spell will do the trick.
You do magic as well?
Some of us do, yeah.
Oh, that's fascinating. I hadn't come across many magic users in my time being alive.
Yes, it is getting quite rare in the world, unfortunately.
Do I know, I assume I know that, but does anyone know why that is?
I mean, you don't.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
I'm not going to tell you.
Ethan knows.
Someone out there in the world might know why.
Okay,
You don't.
fair.
Yeah.
No one in this room knows why.
Except you. Inside check the DM.
So, I have to level with you, Art. I sent Embers out after Shura, full of knowing they wouldn't be back.
Oh.
I think that they've got kind of a thing going on, and I don't know if they've been brave enough to commit to anything yet, but I wanted to give her a chance.
Oh, no,
because this is like the perfect kind
That's
of
totally fine.
setup for
Embers
that.
is one of the kindest people I've ever met, and I want her to find happiness, and I hope
She's
this person
found
can
a
do
lot of happiness in a lot of forms since I met her, but this seems to be something that could be very lasting.
I'm gonna say I don't catch the implication, but that's incredible.
Ember's got with the dragon a couple seasons back.
She's been very happy since I met her.
Oh, I'm so glad.
And
Dry Queen.
yeah,
that's right, Queen.
a half
Yeah.
orc, and
Came this close to a Drider.
you were very close to a Drider.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
You weren't that close, though.
I'd like to believe she was close.
Who knows? Maybe she's here at the festival.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I don't know. There's just something different about Kashura, and I just want to give them a chance to.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. And look, I think we managed quite well.
We did. I apologize for putting you to work immediately.
Listen,
I'm sure Nora will appreciate it.
You are giving me a place to stay. Like, this is quite literally the very least I can do is help you out in anything that you need. And yeah, that little one seemed very stressed out, and I know a thing or two about that, so it was nice to be able to like take a weight off her shoulders.
Seeing how you worked with her, I was amazed. I kind of rubbed her the wrong way one of the first times we met, and she has never forgiven me for that. So it's nice to see that she can have someone that she can be more comfortable around.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I hope y'all can work your things out at some
Doesn't
point.
seem very likely. Doesn't seem very likely. That's all right.
And Tim, it's nice to meet you. How's your adventure?
He shrugs. He's like, nah. Basically guard duty. Nothing special.
Okay. I see.
Tim's gonna roll insight on you, on Art.
Yeah, I actually was going to say I was going to do that during this whole conversation too, because Owen's very much trying to get a read on him.
Okay, like what are you trying to, and how do I do this? How do I set it?
I mean, basically, you're just the DM, so like they're gonna roll, and like you can decide if it's easy, maybe it's a 10 or a 12. If it's harder, like a medium DC, maybe a 15.
Like, what are you trying to like?
Yeah, so
the read?
Yeah, I'll let you. So after you know what I'm looking for, you can choose if your character is basically like lying.
Oh, okay.
If you're telling the truth, then, you know, we can just play it as we feel like it. But Vert basically wants to know if you have, like, secondary objectives or ulterior motives based off of what you're saying you're going to do. Like, if you just you're, like, happy for the hospitality and you want a place to stay, what else are you doing here type of thing? Like, he's like, are you trying to, like, get something out of us?
Oh, okay.
With this insight check, he might not be able to figure out, like, say you did have an ulterior motive. He might not be able to figure out what that is, but maybe he picks up on a sign that's like, okay, yeah, Art's up to something. Or maybe he rolls well enough that if Art's not up to something, he can be like, no, there's no ulterior motive here.
Yeah, so I think this is
I got a 19.
Okay. I think this is an easy roll. I think it's like a 10, basically, because I do think Art is being genuine in this moment. He was in prison for 6 years, and then he escaped, lost all of his companions, and he's been moving ever so slowly to Amberhearth to try to find Embers, just because she's the one person he could think of that he could go to for as just trying to find like a familiar face and someone who might be willing to like help him.
Okay.
His gratitude is very real. He was fully prepared to like, you know, stay at the inn, like maybe he didn't realize y'all would be so welcoming to him, and I think that's something that means a lot to him, especially since he's been alone for such a long time.
I think that basically covers what I was rolling for too. It's just like, how genuine are you and how grateful you are.
Because like the other thing,
honestly, you want to help.
The thing is, like, I don't think because these two things aren't in contrast. I think you already know that like Embers has agreed to help me, so like that is not something I'm hiding either. It's like, but that is not why I helped you in this busy restaurant. It was more of a like, this looks like a nightmare. I have muscles. I can at least carry things, you know?
Okay. All right. Ellen will put a mug of beer in front of you too, or mug of ale in front of you.
Is it the honey one?
If that's what you want. Yeah, the honey mead. Honey mead.
If there's one thing about my characters, they will like a sweet drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Ellen will have some honey mead as well.
I mean, that's the special for this event.
Yeah.
Because it's a collab.
That sounds good.
Sounds great.
And I think once it slows down, we can probably kind of shift off to a booth to chat for a bit. We want to chat, or just hang out at the bar, or whatever. Do you want to ditch?
Ditch.
Okay.
Like, do you ditch alone, or are y'all ditching?
Well, so Ellen will say to Art, like, as it starts slowing down and Nora comes over, and first, I guess, Ellen will check in with Nora and say, I heard Megan checked in?
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot that the group of you knew Megan as well. Yeah, she arrived for the festival Yeah, she checked in. She's got one of the rooms upstairs. She might be up there now, or she might be out enjoying the festival. I'm not sure. I lost track of her in all of this.
I know. I don't expect you. That's great news. I'll let Embers know that she's here. I'm sure Embers will want to come say hi.
I'm not sure how long she's staying. She didn't seem to know either, but...
You could also, if she comes back and you see her, you could let her know she's welcome to come up to the keep and ask after us.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
Above table question.
Yeah.
Do I know Megan or Maramus, or are they the same person?
They're related. You would know the name. You know the name Brandyman.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll find out if you meet her, but she's his granddaughter.
I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then, so Owen will say that. All right. Hey, I think I'm going to take Tim around, and we're going to take a look at some of the booths in the festival. If you want to hang out here and wait for Embers, that's cool. Or if you want to head up to the keep and talk to Torin and let him know that you have a room you can get settled into, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
We're happy to meet you back at the keep later, or maybe somewhere else in the festival later.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you so much for the kindness and hospitality.
Of course.
That you've shown me.
Of course.
Yeah.
And thank you for all your help today.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I will say, as you're trying to leave, it looks like the lunch rush has settled, and Nora is about to set up the Alehouse's game for the festival.
Ooh, I'll check that out for sure.
You're still gonna peace out, though?
Are we? Is it good cover?
And look at that face. I wish people could see Zach's face. Like, wait, what's this game?
Molo is hanging up a banner that says in big letters, "Battle of the Amateur Bards," and is wheeling out like a little wooden stage into like the open area.
Wait, that's incredible.
Yeah, we're out.
We're out. Is that your character speaking, or is that you speaking?
Both.
I also need to know, does anyone have Molo fry anything? Or is he just sitting...
I would like to give him something to fry, but like what?
Anything.
Will fry anything.
Lesser embers?
No! No! How dare you?
I have rations. Can he fry rations?
Do you want to ask?
Yeah, sure.
Right. As they're leaving, you go over to this little kobold who's got his little booth all to himself. And it hasn't been very busy. People haven't been coming to him to fry stuff.
Okay.
But you approach and he says, "Oh, you're a dragon. Oh, you're just so cool. Look at you. You're huge. You're amazing."
He gets all hyped up like, "Oh my god, thank you." Wait, you say you'll fry anything? Like,
yeah, what do you got?
Let's start with this, and I'll give him rations.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of takes a look at him, takes a little nibble. "Oh yeah, I can fry this." And he sets it. He like puts it on a metal stick and like sets it in the deep fryer.
Kitty ASMR.
Yep. The rations fry up for a little bit, and then he pulls them out, and they've got like this nice crisp to them. And he kind of hands them over to you reverently.
I take a bite.
Better than they were before.
Great.
Yep.
No, okay, I don't think that frying will keep as well as the regular rations duration will keep, so eat them quick.
Okay, and he just like shoves a big mouthful, like half of it is gone, you know, just
his eyes go wide and he's like, "That was so hot. You must have heat resistance or something. You are an amazing dragon."
Yeah, I love heat resistance.
I wish I had heat resistance. I want to be a dragon so bad.
Oh, he's so cute.
I know.
Thank you so much. This is incredible.
There used to be all kinds of really cool dragons that like ruled this whole land. I just found out about it a little while ago. They're so cool.
So you think kindly of the dragons?
I love dragons.
Me too. Gives him a little wink.
Yeah, he like gives you a thumbs up, and you can tell that like you have big points in his.
That's so cute.
No, never mind. He's not gonna say that. I'll save that for later.
Part of me was thinking, like, should I also have him fry a crowbar? But no, it's okay. I'm okay. I'm
Okay,
okay.
crowbar.
You could fry a crowbar.
Yeah,
Probably wouldn't taste
just a
good.
fried.
Just have that in your
I'm just gonna
inventory
use my fried crowbar.
for the rest of the game. Fried crowbar.
I think with that, Art will exit the... Because everyone else is gone at this point, right? I think he'll go check out more festive... Wait, no. I think he'll stay not to play the bard game, but to watch people play the bard
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll sit there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me see who comes to play. Some other competitors
I
here.
think Ellen probably looks a little bit longingly at it before getting tugged out of the place by
It'll be going on for a while.
Yeah.
You could always come back and play
She's
it.
just like, are you sure? Okay.
Let's see, who else is playing? Oh, I know who gets up to do who's first on the stage. Okay. First on the stage. Let me find her character description. An upbeat, middle-aged centaur who has chestnut brown fur on her lower half and a light brown tail. Her upper half has tanned skin, and she wears a denim apron filled with farming and gardening tools over a plaid button-up. And she's got this long blonde hair that is... Oh, it's not long and blonde. It's blonde, but it's up in a messy bun, and has bright yellow eyes. And she gets up on the stage and she says, "All right, everybody, I'm Lally, and I'm going to be singing today. Here we go!" And she starts her performance.
Oh, wait, I love this person.
I know, Lally's the best.
She is the leader of the Farmers Guild.
Incredible.
Yep, she's the best.
So this bard competition will go on for a while if
Nice.
any of you want to circle back.
Heck yeah.
We haven't checked in with Embers and Kashura in a while.
Mm-mm.
Where do you guys want to head after the hot air balloon?
How high up are we?
No!
Okay, just wondering. Just curious.
I mean, like, how high do hot air balloons go?
Slow fall.
It would be really funny.
I know.
You signed a waiver.
I did sign a waiver.
Each of you can take a short rest if you wanted to, by the way, after everything
After eating.
done so far.
Do I need it? I didn't take any damage.
Hot air balloons go for recreational flights between 500 and 3,000 feet.
Oh yeah, that's too high.
So yeah, you're probably up like 1,000 feet,
Yeah.
I'd say.
I think we can only do 20d6, but I'm not gonna risk it.
20d6 is the max.
Yeah.
Yep, terminal velocity is a thing.
Yep.
Mhm.
Where do we want to go? I guess.
You would gain one expected use. It's a short rest. Oh, nice.
You could go get your fortunes told. You could go...
I do want to see what's up with the magic shop.
Okay,
Oh, but I wanted to do that too.
you guys could meet up there.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. We could meet up at the magic shop.
I don't know. That's up to this one.
Where are you guys headed then?
How do I know?
We can go there.
He wanted to have a talk.
Okay. Then you guys, why don't we do your talk on the way there, and then the
Well,
three of you can
I
regroup
was
at the
gonna-
magic shop.
Yeah, we can talk later. But we can meet up
Just
at the
go to the
magic shop
go to the
now.
magic shop. Do the
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Okay. Harmony's Wild Magics. You find it. You're very familiar with it. Nadia is there at her little fortune teller's booth. Did you want to look for anything while you're on your way?
Yes.
Okay.
Gonna make a perception check.
Perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Hearth Herald. Here we go. You find a horse on trial for murder, which I believe is new
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, it's new for me.
So that puts Embers in the lead for this game. Actually, at 4, I think. Okay. And then Harmony's Wild Magics.
Actually, was at the balloon thing, was there a trading thing?
No, that's at like the other
Oh, gotcha.
events,
Okay,
like the
okay.
games.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll keep an eye out at the Harmony's Wild Magic.
there would be one here.
Okay.
What's going on here, though? Nadia's got her little fortune-telling booth set up, but in between, she's running what looks like a pastry eating contest. And as you sit and watch people eating these pastries, seeing how many they can eat in a set amount of time, occasionally, when one of those pastries goes down, something strange happens.
Oh.
They are wild magic pastries.
Yes, that's everything I want.
There's basically just this contest table piled high with like small glazed cupcakes. That you can see. There's like a sample one that's like cut into. On the inside, there's like a berry custard.
That's cute. I think I'm gonna try this one.
Okay. Nadia sets you up with like a group of other people. All right. We have our next round of Harmony's Wild Magic Pastry Eating Contest. And the goal is simple. Eat as many cupcakes as you can in 60 seconds. That's it. Ready, set, go! And she starts a timer.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So you can swallow a cupcake, one cupcake every 3 seconds, basically.
Okay.
And safely eat as many cupcakes as 3 plus your con mod. So how many is that?
4.
4, okay.
So 3 plus 4, so 7.
So you can eat 7 cupcakes in 21 seconds, basically.
Okay.
And then you have to push yourself a little bit. If you want to keep going, you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. 14.
You manage and successfully so you manage to eat another cake. And hold on, let me check my rules for when these wild magic surges occur.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. I've now eaten 8 of these things.
Yes.
8 cupcakes in 24 seconds is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's insane.
hold up. Actually, we should have been going one by one. I need you to roll 8d20.
Oh, shit.
Well, I've got 8d20 right here.
Of course you do.
What am I looking for?
Any ones, basically.
1.
Okay, so that 8th one you eat, your stomach gurgles a little bit. And now roll one more d20, and this is the result of your wild magic.
Okay. Let's see.
We'll do Kashura's attempt next after yours.
3.
3? Ah, you get by with no effect, actually. Your stomach just gurgles a little bit this time. So if you want to eat another cupcake,
Yes.
the DC goes up by 1, but you need another con save.
Okay.
And then also roll a d20 for wild magic.
Let's see. 17 on con
Okay,
save.
that's a pass.
And for wild magic, 16.
Okay, you get that one down just fine.
Okay.
DC for the con save goes up again.
I failed that con save.
Okay. What was your roll?
A 7.
7, okay. Also do check for the wild magic.
I
though.
did. It's a 7.
Okay. As that 10th cupcake goes down, something explodes in your stomach.
Oh
Oh no.
How much HP do you have?
75.
You are knocked unconscious due to custard damage. And you are out of the contest at 10 cupcakes.
Is it custard damage?
So
Yeah.
when you say that she's knocked unconscious, did she lose all of her HP or?
When she comes back to consciousness, she'll have it all back. But
Okay.
yeah, for the theatrical.
Yeah.
Those of you who are watching, custard just bursts out of
I think
Amber's
out of
mouth.
like the mouth, and I think a little out of the ears.
Ew.
Oh
No.
Maybe some of the nose.
Oh, gross.
Let's see how Kashura did.
no! Oh my god.
Custard damage.
I can't claim that one. I stole it from Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Oh,
So my score doesn't count.
Huh?
So my score.
No, your
doesn't
score
count.
counts.
Okay.
Yeah, you got 10 before you were knocked out.
Okay.
Kashura has a pawn bonus of +1. It's not very good.
Mine would also be bad if you hadn't given me a magic item. I've got that amulet of health.
That's right. So Kashura, let's see. How many cupcakes could you eat plus your con mod? I need to go back to my own rules.
3, 4?
3 plus con mod. So she can do up to 4. And then she just needs to... I'm going to add Kashura here to this table. Yeah, give me just a second. I didn't set this up for NPCs to participate. Okay, so she can do 4. Let's see if any of those are wild magic. That one's not. That one's not. That one's not. That one's not. Okay, she survives. And then she will make a con save. She passes that one. Wild magic. No wild magic.
That's 5.
Another con save, DC 11 this time. Passes. No wild magic. DC 12. She fails. Kashura takes the custard damage and gets knocked out of the combat.
Oh no!
She got 5?
6.
6, okay. And then let's see about wild magic as she gets knocked out. Nope. Not this time.
It's really funny.
So is this like a high score thing, or like what's the actual like?
Yeah, it's a high score thing. Yeah,
Okay.
How many cupcakes can you eat in a minute?
Okay. Is there like a prize, or is it?
There's a prize for the festival overall,
I see.
but not for individual events. The more events you win,
Gotcha.
then you are closer to the prize for the festival.
I think if you two are coming to this, you probably arrive to find them both passed out on the ground.
There's like a recovery area
Yeah.
where they put people on their sides and just custard is drooling out of their mouths.
No, that's disgusting.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's like a berry
I
custard.
think Bert just like kind of cracks his knuckles. He's like, I'm ready for this.
Okay.
There's also the fortune telling.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Well, you can eat the pies and I'll go get my fortune told.
And then we'll switch. Wanna go first? Break
Sure.
up the custard battle with
Sure.
something.
Sure, I'll get my fortune told.
Okay. Nadia, basically in between bouts of this cupcake eating contest, she basically goes over to her little stand, and when she sees you coming, she says, "Oh, hi there. How
Hi.
are you doing, Elwyn?"
Oh, I'm just great. How are you?
"Oh, I'm just fine. Yeah, today's going really well so far.
Looks like you're pretty popular.
My uncle is going to need to bake a bunch more cupcakes tonight because this is a very popular event, and I don't think that he was expecting to need this many."
Your uncle is cooking the cupcakes.
Yeah, with a little bit of help from my aunt. They're doing it together. My Aunt Harmony, my Uncle Eli.
That's sweet. That's sweet.
He's the cook. She's the magic person.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. It's fun that they're participating in a festival for a little old town across the sea. Like,
Well, yeah. I mean, this town has already been very profitable for them. So
I'm glad to hear it.
yeah,
How do they
we've
get the cupcakes here though?
How did they get her here?
Oh, she's very good at moving between places very quickly. My aunt.
Is she going to make an appearance at the festival? You know, she's
No.
welcome.
No. Let's find out why Harmony's busy. I have a table for this.
You have a table for this.
Roll me a d6.
Okay. Okay.
I have a table for this.
2.
2. Yeah, she said something about needing to go on a quick trip to one of the outer planes to negotiate some rare materials with, and I'm quoting here, a couple of stuffy, boring types from one of the planes of law. So I don't really know what that's about, but she's busy.
I see. I see. Well, that's too bad, but I'm glad you could be here for it.
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't be anywhere else. Did you want your fortune told?
Yes, if you don't mind.
I'm just learning how to do this. I'm trying to put it together as something I can offer more regularly at the shop.
Oh, that's exciting.
So this is kind of a trial run. I've shuffled these. Here, if you'll just split the deck how you want.
Okay. There's a physical deck here.
And it's
Diem
really
brought a
pretty.
crop.
Gold trim.
Gold trim.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, this feels right. Just put the other one on top.
Just split it how you want, and then I'll draw the top card.
Oh, okay.
Which one of these did you want on top?
Oh, that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she goes and draws your card, and she puts it down on the table, and she says, "Oh dear,
Uh-oh. I don't like the look of that.
you've drawn the Fool."
Oh.
It's
It'll be the
okay.
first time.
It's okay. This is actually a card that gets a bad reputation, but doesn't actually mean a bad thing. This card represents innocence,
Oh,
in its purest form. It's actually a very good thing. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have any sort of special effects for you.
Oh.
But it's a good sign for you. It means that you're a very pure and innocent type of person.
okay. Well, I'll take it then, I guess. Thank you.
I feel a little bit bad. That wasn't a very good one. It's like the one draw that doesn't have a special effect.
Why are there even cards in there without special effects?
That one, I tried to pour an effect into it, and it just wouldn't take.
I see. Well, that's interesting. But I'm glad to be your guinea pig, so thank you.
Well, I drew a couple cards earlier, actually. Yeah, you're not the first, but you are the first to draw the Fool, and I'm sorry about that.
Well, I may be one of the few fools in town who doesn't need a little extra magic, if you know what I mean. So maybe it was meant to be.
Yeah, maybe. That's a nice outlook.
Well, I'm gonna go watch the next round of the competition.
Oh, yeah, two of your friends, they're passed out in the recovery area.
Oh.
They should be getting back up soon.
Thanks. I think I'll go check on them. Go do that.
Okay.
Embers? Oh dear. Oh dear. Hang in there.
Once you're conscious, it doesn't feel that bad.
Hey, how'd it go? I see you found Kashura.
I didn't think a cupcake could do that.
Embers, you ate 10 cupcakes.
That's
I didn't
impressive.
think 10 cupcakes could do that either.
Well, they are magical. You know that they poured magic into these cupcakes, right?
I know that now.
Yeah. With the reputation this shop has, you were very brave.
I keep
Can I get you a glass of water?
That's all right. Ember's just is like starting to like bathe herself. In, like, some of the custard.
You do have your like endless milk decanter, milk and cupcakes.
How many did you eat?
Oh, I didn't.
That was smart.
Yeah, but I think Tim is going to
I
try
want to
it.
see that.
Yeah.
Ember's like rouses herself and like shakes off a little bit and goes to watch Tim eat some cupcakes.
Yep. I don't think I prepared lesser restoration today, but that would have been good.
It's ready.
Okay. What's your con mod?
+3.
Okay, so you can eat 6 right off the bat. I just need 6 d20 rolls.
Alright. I'm looking for a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Come on.
I'll be
I'm
really
rolling so
disappointed
well.
if there's no wild magic.
Oh, natural 20. Oh, come on. Is that one? That one works too, right? Nat 20?
If you guys want it to be 1s and 20s.
I mean, I think we want the wild magic to happen at this point.
All right, then. 1 wild magic trigger. Why don't you go ahead and roll another d20 and we'll see what happens.
Oh my god.
10.
I need now a d6 roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Just 1d6?
Mm-hmm.
5.
Is this like on his first cupcake?
No, this was on his 6th,
6,
right?
okay.
Oh, your
On your 6th cupcake, you feel that gurgle as that one goes down.
Oh, boy.
And your body kind of jerks in one direction and then jerks in the other direction. And you look down at your hands and they are changing to like a chitin. And as you kind of wiggle your fingers, they meld into a single thing, and you realize you have chitinous claws as you polymorph into a giant crab.
So, I'm a crab now.
Yep.
Can I still eat cupcakes?
You can still eat cupcakes.
So I have to use a crab stat block?
Mm-hmm. Giant crab.
That didn't happen to me.
Your constitution bonus as a giant crab is +0.
A better
Right.
constitution than he
Do I
does.
still get my proficiency?
Nope.
Crap.
You use the crab stat
Crab.
block.
Crap.
Crab.
Can I use any of my other features?
Yeah, depending on what.
Okay.
You can't use intelligence for this.
Please?
Hold on.
No, just be the crab.
Natural 20.
Natural 20 on your
That's
con save?
incredible.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, but that means another
My crab
wild.
save.
Yep. Another wild magic.
Alright.
So that was
7.
7 cupcakes.
And I rolled a 7 for the wild magic.
Okay.
And then I got a 16.
That's another save.
And
Your DC is
a natural 20 for the wild magic.
Okay, sorry, hold on. I was working on your DC, though. It started at 10, and then you are now...
That was the 8th cupcake?
8th cupcake.
Yeah.
So you're 4 past your con mod? So it was 3 plus 3 for 6, so you're...
2 past it.
2 past it. So your DC is 12 right now.
Okay.
8, and then
wild magic.
Wild magic. Roll a d20 and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. 3.
Oh,
We already got 3. No!
yeah, that's a no effect.
There's nothing.
Come on.
Your stomach gurgles a little bit.
On.
Crab
Right.
stomach.
I got a 13 for the save.
Which is just what you needed.
Okay.
So your
And
DC
then I
was
got
13.
a 15 for wild magic. Okay, come on. I only got a 5 for the save.
5 for the save.
How long does the crab thing last?
Minute. So you're the entire time. The crab's mouth. The mandibles
Frost.
twitch a little bit, and custard begins to pour out.
Instead of like bubbles coming out, it's just custard bubbles.
Yeah.
And then he his legs just go outwards and he just collapses.
Yeah.
Slowly collapses and like goes like motionless to the ground.
Wow.
Uh,
And like pincers are like kind of like twitching.
so 9 cupcakes. You were 1 away from Embers is 10.
These darn crabs.
Well, you wanted the wild magic to trigger on a 20.
I know. I did it to myself.
Knocked out
I
by
have a
custard
really
damage.
good con save. If I'm not a crab.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're rolling a natural 20. Jesus. So did you roll 3 20s there?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
It's incredible.
I know. Save some for the rest of us.
Whew, okay.
Alright. Yeah, so I go for the count.
The crab goes down for the count. Elwyn, do you want to
Is
try
there
it?
a trader nearby?
Yeah, there's a trader
Yeah,
nearby.
I think I'll just leave them to it and go see if I can trade
I
my...
also want to try this.
How far is this place from the tavern?
Not very far. Like a couple streets over.
Can I say I would meander?
Yeah, you want to head this way?
Yes, can I look?
For
children.
the children? Yes. Yes, you can.
When you put it that way. It's a little creepy.
Perception. Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I look for the children?
10.
Yeah, you see something.
Weird.
Because I just watched Hocus Pocus.
The children.
Come, little children.
I still love
You
them.
find 2 knights enjoying a pint, which I believe is new for you.
Yeah.
So you can check that one off your list.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wander in just in time to see a crab go down for the count due to custard damage in this cupcake eating game. You can see Embers and another woman kind of recovering from their custard damage in the recovery area. And then Elwyn is doing the trading game, and we'll do that real quick, and then...
Okay.
I also want to do this one.
Okay, we'll do the trading game real quick, and then it's probably time to wrap up for tonight.
Hey, me too.
All 3 of you.
So,
Let me
Ellen's
see what this
gonna
person has on offer.
walk up.
This person is offering... a fan that, when unfolded, shows a sleepy cat. That feels significant.
That is significant.
We need that.
Is that meant to be significant or not?
No, it's just that I pulled that off the trinket table before, and now I've rolled it again.
Yeah. So it shows something else.
Yeah, it shows.
Aww.
We're all like, hang on a minute.
It shows a winking cat.
A winking cat. Okay.
What do we need to do to... Oh, it's
Ellen
like...
walks up to the table.
Mm-hmm.
She holds up her vial of dragon blood.
There's a woman there, and she's fanning herself with it. It's just so hot today.
You look like a woman who could use this. She holds up the dragon blood and she says, it is the world's rarest and newest, most exquisite and valuable perfume.
She kind of looks at it. You don't say.
I do say.
Well, roll a persuasion check.
I'm not rolling that one. That one has cursed me tonight. We're gonna do this one. Oh, that's not bad. It's not bad. That's persuasion. 17.
Okay, that beats the DC.
Yes.
She says, I am a woman who likes a good scent. And she hands over her fan.
Yep. And I hand her the vial.
And takes the vial of dragon blood.
Dragon blood.
What is the DC?
12.
Embers walks up with her silver raven, and I'm now trading for the vial of dragon blood.
Yep.
And says in a exaggerated, less convincing version, because she doesn't actually like this as much as she liked the needle, but says, I don't think that this place has anything that I would want as much as what I already have. And it's clearly reusing a line.
Mm-hmm.
But I did roll a 12.
She kind of looks at you and she looks at the dragon blood and says, now I've just tried this and it actually doesn't smell that good. So, here.
Embers looks around and is like, what is happening? And hands over the silver raven.
Okay.
What is happening?
Okay, hear me out. Why would you want a silver raven when you can have this beautiful feather of a raven-like creature? I'm gonna do my roll now.
Yep, using the suggestion from the other person. I like it.
That's a 16!
Okay. She says, now that's a fine point. Why would I want this little statuette when I could have something from the actual thing?
Yeah!
She trades you for Silver Raven.
Alright, I hope you let me do this. But a crab claw comes and puts whatever drink that he has on the table.
Hold on just a second.
And makes some froth bubbles with his mouth.
He's still
in deep anticipation.
Custard drooling out of his.
Your charisma is -4.
Okay.
You don't have proficiency in any of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Your charisma's -4.
I rolled a natural 1.
No.
Roll another d20.
5.
5. Okay. You feel another gurgle in your stomach.
Oh, yes.
A little bit more custard comes up.
Oh, no.
And she just kind of goes, ugh, and kind of holds her silver or her feather back away from you.
Wait, does anything happen now?
Nope.
No! Come on!
That was really funny.
Okay. And then he just crab walks away.
Mm-hmm.
And then the effect ends.
And you just see this dwarven man crab walking away.
Yeah, he's also crab walking away. He's like, oh, it's over. He looks back and he's sidestepping, wait a second. Oh, I'm back to normal now. Custard and all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably a good place to end tonight's episode.
Yeah.
I was so sure I could beat that DC as a crab.
Thank you guys for playing. Thank you to everyone who watched. We'll be back with more of this Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Hope to see you then. Bye.
Bye.